come this chat feature never works? So annoying. Hello. Can people see me? Can people hear me? I guess is the real question. Hello. How's everybody's 4th of July weekend? Let me see if I'm actually live before I start anything. I guess the camera quality is super garbage though, huh? Let's see. Oh, that's a little bit better. Yeah, whoever's here, let me know if volume is okay. It's been a really long time, so I actually don't. It took me a really long time to figure everything out before going live. And then I also lost my membership to StreamYards because I wasn't going live as much. And I don't know if I still do, but yeah, Streamlabs is still cheap enough where going live with y'all is a lot easier. Ellen Price, how are ya? How are ya? Can you guys hear the background music too? Is it too little? It's a little too weird. Hello. What's weird about Streamlabs is that it doesn't allow me to use the chat functionality directly on the application itself. I just thought that was weird. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Really, it's been a long time. What's everyone been up to? Let me see if it got posted on Discord too. Maybe I should post a tweet about it. You guys think I should tweet about it? Maybe I should, right? Let's see. All right, cool. Videos got announced. That's good. That's a good sign. Let me see if it got posted on Discord too. Okay. I actually got a new camera, or my friend lent me their camera, or let me have it. So hopefully the live streams, if I do live streams in the future, it's gonna be a lot better. It's gonna be more crisp quality. Just the webcams just don't do it justice. So to make your lives a lot easier, we're gonna keep going. You gonna watch Stranger Things? Is it the newest season? How is that? I guess I'm going live, so I'll post about it. 1 second, y'all. See, if you're a pro streamer, you do all this stuff ahead of time. Unlike me, I have no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, just curious what everyone's been up to. How's life? Am I the only one watching myself, or is it just me and Elpin Price? Either way, I don't mind. I'm gonna chill here for a bit, answer some questions. If you have any questions, let me know. Get it while it's hot, because it's been a long time since I went on live stream and just kind of shared my thoughts. So definitely take advantage if you have any burning questions. One thing that I realize is really annoying is that I'm using my Windows computer, and it's been a really long time since I used Windows, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. And I don't even have Firefox installed. So, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to download Firefox. Username. That's your name? Username? All right, let's... How are you doing? 1 second. Weather's been so up and down lately. It's been... Let me know if you guys hear the AC and if it's annoying. If it is, I will lower it. If not, then I'm going to stay cool. I wish I came with an agenda. I'm so sorry. This is kind of just more of a free-for-all kind of thing. Just maybe I could share a little updates. I don't really have too much updates, honestly. I've just been doing... just been mostly focusing on work and some personal stuff. A lot of traveling. I was in California for a few weeks, was in Philadelphia, was in Boston. Just moving around like crazy, and it's been kind of tough to keep up with the YouTube stuff and just content creation in general. So I just definitely been taking a break from there. Are you going to continue the front end interview question series? Probably not at the moment. Just a lot of things going on with front end eval in the background that we want to accomplish. So probably content creation is going to take a little bit of a slowness there. One thing I really want to do is just think about the future of this channel and like what kind of content I want to share. And I've always been interested in crypto, and not just like financial gains in crypto, but just the huge like tech stuff related to it, whether it's like smart contract development and all of those things. So in my mind, I want to be able to start sprinkling that into my current content and see if that will resonate with my audience. Hopefully they do, because we are, as programmers, you're just interested in a lot of different things. So I'm just want to share my knowledge in that space, because that's something that I personally enjoy. Not that I don't enjoy like helping other people like land their first job in tech, but sometimes you got to change it up a little bit, right? And that's kind of been my hopes, but I don't know what the best way to create that transition is. So just trying to figure that out. Let's see how that goes. Is this camera like, I wish I could lower this. Let's see. Can I lower this even more? Nope. Can I do this? That's better. But yeah, that's basically it. I want a front end lull, but web dev will do for now. I mean, honestly, there's nothing wrong with web development either. And if anyone can help me, if my mic is like crapping out, please let me know, because it looks like I'm hitting really close to the red, but I just want to make sure. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with front end development or web development either. That's how everyone kind of got started. I really want to get a job as a front end engineer in Fang. More courses? You want more courses? I'm not a course creator. The only reason why I made that course was because I just felt that a lot of people didn't have portfolios and they just didn't know where to start. So I wanted to build something that was helpful. If you need something that's helpful and you want to let me know what that is, let me know. Maybe I will build a course. But I just feel like there are a lot of great resources out there and outside of like purely portfolios that I thought was really lacking. So that's why I made it. But not a lot of sales, and that's fine. I mean, it kind of probably just resonates with my channel in general. So sweet. Mic is fine. Awesome. Sup, Jose? How you doing? I just bought a new, or actually my brother bought me a new MacBook Pro. So it's arriving, M1. It should be pretty decent, hopefully. But I don't know. I haven't really touched an M1, so we'll see how that goes. Man, my hair is all over the place. 1 second. Just gonna wear a hat. Make it a little easier. All right. Very well suited. Software engineer. So the one thing that I wanted to kind of possibly share in the future is, at least for my viewers and stuff, I kind of wanted to share specifically to like crypto related stuff, that you could still be making a lot of money even though the markets are down, right? And what does that mean, right? The thing I was thinking about is, as a builder, there's actually a lot of grants that are out there. You'll be surprised how much money you can make just by building on top of their tech. So one example that I will give is like the Solana Foundation. Let me see if I can find something related to this. Yeah, let me see if I could go to this. Actually, before I do, let me answer some of these questions. Please create a video on reviewing resumes so we can improve from your experience. Yeah, maybe I could do that. But there are other videos that do that as well, so I'm not really sure if mine is going to be that much better. From your experience, and most of the front-end tasks you've done involved something you've never done before. Does that make sense? Kind of. Yeah, that's just like the name of the game these days for my job at the moment. I'm doing a lot of things I've never done before, and I've been coding for like 7 years. So it's a pretty interesting experience there. But yeah, Logan, hey, it's good to see you again. Yeah, man, just I hope you're having a good weekend too, brother. What was I gonna say? Oh, so yeah, in crypto, like there's just like a lot of opportunities, and I'm not even like shilling these coins. It's just more like if you know how to code, there's a lot of opportunities for you to like build on top of their platform, and then you could get like grants. And I don't really know how much like Solana Foundation gives, but there's also like I think there's like an Avalanche developer fund or something. Let me see. So yeah, even Avalanche Labs raises 350 million to build out Avalanche at 5.25. I don't really care about that part, but essentially there are just really good opportunities. Like I'm invested in this crypto company or crypto, but here you can look for grants, explore, and let's see. Where is the program details? Oh yeah, they're like different grant levels. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if I zoom up. Is that easier? Like you could do like 5,000, 25,000, 100,000, 500,000. So there are like funding opportunities in different cryptos, because obviously getting developer attention is very difficult. And if you're really good at, I don't even want to say good, but if you're capable of coding and building, they're gonna want you to build on top of their like blockchain stuff. So it's just like a really cool opportunity to do that. I actually did that maybe 2.5, 3 years ago, and I made a decent amount. Like I think I made about like 20 grand that time, which I thought was a lot for a very like a project that actually didn't do much at the end of the day. So the fact that there are companies throwing money out there, even in this current like downturn, it says that, hey, this is like developers are still highly sought after. So just wanted to share that with y'all. And I think maybe I'll start making videos about that, or like how to apply for them and all of those things. Like, and you know, like it's crazy because I'm not even like invested in these two coins, but just the fact that there's just a lot of money to get thrown around, why not like try to build on it? And so yeah, that's just an idea. But oh, hologram, what's up? How would you approach getting a job in tech when companies are laying off people? First, I think that whatever company you join, obviously your first company that you join, there might not be as much flexibility there because you're just trying to get an opportunity. But it really just depends on you, right? You got to make most of the opportunities that you get. And I know some people, they get really comfortable once they land their first job. They're like, oh, I could chill now and all of those things. But I'm in the mindset of once you give me that opportunity, I ain't letting that go ever again. And the only way you could show to not let that go is by improving your skill sets. And yes, there are layoffs that are happening. Yes, companies are poorly funded, all of those things. But at the end of the day, you're a software engineer. And if you're a talented enough software engineer, then going through the interview process and all of that other stuff shouldn't be a problem. It really shouldn't be a problem. Yes, are you going to fail interviews? Yes, you will. But at the end of the day, you're going to go through enough to find that company that's going to say yes again, right? And that shouldn't be a problem because you took the most opportunity that you can get while working at your first job or second job or third job. Could I get laid off? 100%. Am I worried about it? Not really, because somewhere in this world, someone's going to need a software engineer and only you can do it. Or maybe the other person can do it. But there are just not a lot of software engineers. That's why even everywhere just to get developers to build something on top of it. So that is my spiel about why I think you're good with the whole layoff situation things and all that stuff. Hey, Coach Tran, how you doing? Thanks. I don't know if I'm back, but I'm just wanted to see how everyone was doing. It's probably not going to be too long of a stream. It's kind of late actually. I did not realize. Um, and maybe I don't know. I should start doing more Twitch streaming instead of YouTube live streaming, but I haven't taken the time to really build that audience, so it's probably not ideal to try to do something that it's gonna require a lot of work. So, and I'm looking at my live stream now. It's so weird on Streamlab OBS, or yeah, Streamlab OBS. The quality looks so much better, but then when I look at it on YouTube Live, I'm like, why does it look so ugly? And I think it's just, yeah, maybe hopefully the camera quality improvements will kick in when I change that camera. Ideal junior position environment, maybe a like an environment where there's kind of like pair programming involved, like 2 times a week at a minimum or maximum. I don't know. It just depends on the capacity. Ideally, it would be crazy to have 5 days a week as a junior dev, but some companies do not have that capacity to kind of share that senior developer for that long, especially if they're working on some crazy projects. So yeah, that's kind of, as a junior developer, try to get as much pair programming as you can. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit difficult. But yeah, it's pretty nice actually. It's good being on stream, chilling out with y'all. It's a really relatively small crowd, which I kind of like, and then keep it chill. What steps can you take to ensure your career is growing and trending in the right direction? I would get Twitter and then just see what people are posting. You're never gonna know like completely everything always up to date at that moment in time. And then also sign up for a bunch of newsletters based on the technologies that you're interested in. So I have a JavaScript newsletter, a React newsletter, some other front-end based newsletters. And usually those weekly newsletters, there's a few things that always catch my eye enough for me to want to read it. And then I read it, and then I make an evaluation of, do I need to know this now? Probably not, and then move on or keep learning. So that's how you ensure yourself. Talk to other developers, build projects, make sure you're doing work at work, right? So hopefully, especially for new devs, you should be able to just learn by just being at work and just taking that experience from other people. But yeah, that's kind of what I would suggest you to do. Yeah, I'm looking for a good junior position, but they're so far and few between. Most companies, small companies, can't really afford. Yeah, so that's why you kind of have to put yourself in the best position and the best light. You can't just know how to code these days. There's just so much more to it. And that's kind of what I teach during my one-on-ones. Is like, is your LinkedIn optimized? Is your resume optimized? Or like, is everything optimized that they can't disqualify you right away, right? Even with everything perfect, there's just no guarantee that a company is going to hire you, just because sometimes they just want a senior engineer that's titled a junior engineer, and you just never know. So it's a tough one. It really is. And that's why landing your first job is always the hardest, but at the same time, once you get it, it's going to be so much nicer. I enjoy working remote right now, but I would definitely recommend early career devs to find a role with some hybrid or in-person collaboration. 100% agree. As a more experienced developer, I would want to do more remote based work. But as a new developer, I would take a total advantage of the fact that I could tap my senior dev's shoulder in the back and then just get more information from them, or make it easier to do pair programming, all of that stuff. So I think there's definitely an opportunity there as a new developer to take advantage of experienced developers when you're able to go into the office. And I'm not even a huge proponent of, oh, everybody has to work in the office. This is just more from a greedy perspective, as if I was a junior developer, what would be the best way for me to just level up really fast? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you people are gonna complain about remote or non-remote one way or the other, but think about it from the perspective of your own career. What is gonna be the most beneficial for you? How do you make the most money with your skill sets? Even as a junior dev getting your first job, you're probably not gonna get paid the best. Yeah, no, I could guarantee you're not gonna get paid the most you'll ever make. You only go up from wherever your first job is. I would say 99.9% of the time. So if you have to treat your career or treat your developer journey like a company, you're like in the pre-seed, the Series A round, and you want to get a higher valuation, as in you want to get more money, you just have to get better. You just have to get better. And the only way you can get better is by being around other better people, asking questions, doing the tasks that are difficult, struggling. And eventually people will start to notice how good you are as an engineer, give you the raises, or if they don't give you the raises, you could always go to a new company that will. So just be more mindful about your skill sets and don't get complacent. I'm not telling you have to grind 24 hours a day, 7 days a week or anything like that. But, if you find yourself not really learning after two years or a year and a half, then I think there's something that you need to do to make sure if you get laid off or fired, make yourself hireable again, right? So, what tech are you using at work? Mostly doing vanilla JavaScript right now. Built and using some Webpack and stuff like that, but nothing too frameworky at the moment. Just the type of work I'm doing is kind of more low level stuff, so not as much React as I used to do, but it's also pretty interesting dealing with a lot of messaging systems and all that crap. So it's pretty fun, pretty interesting, difficult to say the least. But yeah, it's been a tough. I'm sure it's been a tough time for a lot of people right now. This economy is not doing well, relatively speaking. But if I would have to say, being a developer is one of the better positions to be in this really rough economy. I say all of our stocks are down. All of our, profits that we gained the past 2 years has been pretty destructive. Why vanilla? Because I don't need to use React. It's one of those situations where adding a framework is pointless, and it adds more. I don't know if you realize, but every time you use a framework or a library or anything like that, you're making your project size bigger. So you have to, as you become more and more experienced as an engineer, you should really think about what libraries do I really need versus libraries that just make my life convenient, right? A lot of new developers, they don't understand that trade-off. But as you get more and more experience, that's when you know how things work out from that point of view. It's okay. We can buy the dip. Yeah, I mean, the dip this is the time to build, really. It really is the time to build. And that's why I've been through a lot of different crypto cycles and all of that thing, and it doesn't really worry me too much about this. I mean, I think it can go lower, and that's fine. But I would say this is where I was able to take advantage of the fact that there were just so many opportunities to build on different types of projects and then get paid for it. So why not? Right? So we'll see what happens. My boy back at it again. Yes, sir. I am back, but I'm not always here for a long time, but I'm going to be here for a good time, you know? So just hopefully everyone can enjoy while we can, and maybe I'll go back to my computer, what was I going to say? Back to the software developer hat for the next few months again. It's been a good break. I've just been really trying to evaluate how to post content. It just takes so much work too. So I'm trying to figure out, at this point I want to do what makes me happy. And sometimes taking a break. Oh crap, did I mess this up? 1 second. No. All right, there it is. Fixed. But sometimes I just want to just do what I want to do versus just having to do something. So any plans for 4th of July? Might get Korean barbecue tomorrow with a few friends. But other than that, nothing. Yeah. What about yourself, Clarissa? Sorry, I think I got to sneeze. What the heck? It's like, is it good? The content creator life is 100% not my thing, so it's not really worth it. To a certain extent, I just think there are things that you can do right, and maybe I'm just not doing it properly. But at the moment, I don't know, for some reason or another, some people get that traction really quickly. Maybe my content's boring. I have no idea. Actually, no, I can understand why my content's boring, because a lot of times my stuff isn't super controversial, let alone, I'm just trying to get to the point, which is how to help developers land their first job, or how to get developers to get their second or third job, right? And this stuff is pretty dry at the end of the day. No one wants to actually put in the work. They want to hear some person tell you that you can do it, and if you believe in yourself, then you should be able to accomplish your dreams as a software engineer without any real advice I'm going to give you. But listen to me, you can do it. I believe in you. It's like, dude, you just wasted 5 minutes of my life. I'm actually, for me, I'm trying to provide content related to talking to other software engineers. How do they break into the space? And then I also do coding interviews, not coding interviews, but technical interview style problems in front of y'all. But the thing is, that stuff is super boring, and unless you're really focused and ready to go at that moment in time, more often than not, people don't watch those kinds of videos. And it's really hard to do leak code videos because there's already so much of those out there. Coding tutorials, they're okay. I don't think they do as well. The attention span due to TikTok and Instagram Reels has really ruined that. So, yeah, it's an interesting position to be in. I really do feel that the followers that I do have are very, very hungry and focused. But it's also very evident that there are not a lot of people that are focused and evident, right? I would say a lot of the people that are here are really focused. They want the good content, but it's also reflective, again, of how YouTube is more of an entertainment platform than more of a pure education one. Have you been pretty busy with your one-on-ones? One-on-ones, not really, but it just happens really in sporadic moments. This week I had 2 one-on-ones on the same day. So that was kind of brutal, but it was very fun. It's been a while since I did some one-on-ones. I do admit that it is a little bit pricey. I don't even know if it's pricey because I when I compare it to other people's one-on-ones, they're charging like $250 an hour or something. So it's not. I wouldn't say mine's pricey, but it is not for everyone, right? But I also got to respect my own time, and I'm probably losing money doing the one-on-ones, but it's also really rewarding to meet other people that are like trying to break into the space and everything. What's up, Brian? Hey, hope you're doing well too. Do you want to see a back-end engineer fail at a front-end interview? Are you gonna live stream it or something? Are you doing some content creation now? What's 250? Oh yeah, 250. And yeah, it's crazy, man. But you know, some people think it's worth it because I don't know, they have 100,000 subscribers or all of that stuff. So it is what it is. Let's see. $350. No Bob would like to volunteer as tribute. Are you looking for another role? You could tell us here, Brian. We won't tell on your current company. $350. The reason why I realized that, I think that I learned something about why Twitch is so entertaining and these or not YouTube, but just live streaming is more entertaining, is when people are able to do stuff, right? And you react to it. That's the beauty of content creation. It's not just me talking by myself, because that's boring as hell, right? There has to be a mixture of talking to chat and at the same time be doing something, unless I'm trying to motivate y'all to do something and be the best that you can be. I have to, in some ways it's better to react to things that are happening versus just me rambling by myself like this. Oh, you are? Oh shoot, Brian, let me feel free to message me on Twitter, dude. We could talk about it. Seems like it's a tricky situation, so let me know. The hardest working man on YouTube over here. I don't know about that. I've been pretty lazy. I've been eating like crap, working late hours, and what else am I not doing? Oh, not making YouTube content. Definitely need to figure out what are people interested in me doing live. Coding? You want to see me code? Any projects other than crypto stuff that interest you right now? Not really. I just not really. I mean, I'm working on front end eval with two of my friends, but other than that, there's only so much time in the day. Like, I work 8 to 10 hours a day, then have some few hours to veg out, and with the extra time, I'm just kind of not really doing too much, or I don't have that much time to do too many different things. So that's kind of where my life is right now. So unfortunately, you can only pick a few hobbies in your life. My buddy tells me in an interview with the like smart. Why not? If you got the experience, I'm sure you can grind out leak code for a few months and then get the job. You should play guitar for your. Pretty nice in the guitar. All right, DK. My fingers are wrecked from playing a few weeks ago, so I just can't. It needs some time to recover. It's more used to being on the keys of a keyboard because they're soft, unlike guitar strings. Hope you're doing well, man. I don't know if you all follow YK, but he's pretty popular on Twitter. He just hit 50K on YouTube, or not YouTube, on Twitter. And he has an interesting tweet, which I thought was kind of funny. Or not funny, but it's been kind of interesting more than anything. It says, update on the person who previously copied tweets. I talked about it in my previous tweet, and he ended up apologizing. I believe it's reached enough people, so I decided to delete it. It takes a lot of courage to admit mistakes, and I hope we can all move on. Wait, so did he ever expose him, or is he... Huh. So it's just funny in these threads. Is there any truth in the expression? Well, is it hard to see, first of all? Is there any truth in this expression? Once a thief, always a thief. I believe people are changing. One thing I like about YK is that he'll give people the benefit of the doubt. So, but yeah, I don't know what's up with Twitter these days, but there's a lot of people copying other people's content or just tweets or just repurposing them around. And then I think the grand scheme of it is to get a big following, build a reputation, and then try to sell courses on like Gumroad or something. So I think that's what a lot of these people are trying to do. So let's make a chatbot that plays guitar. Yeah, maybe. Who else should we search? Danny. What's Danny Thompson? Danny D? Who's Danny D? What's Danny Thompson up to these days? It's always interesting to see people's pinned tweets. I work with a 22-year-old that learned to code. I was 30 when I started to learn to code. My friend was 49 when he made the transition to tech. I work with phenomenal women who was 60 when she got her job as... Yeah, that's true. If you're trying to find a junior developer role, you've probably been searching for roles the wrong way. Let's fix that. You may end up finding many more roles using this method. All right, I'm curious. You got my attention. All right, I do need to disable a sound. How does this work? I can't hear it. It's so low. 1 second.
You're not really finding many jobs, to be completely honest, and you're probably saying something along the lines of nobody's hiring. My first question to you is, when you went to Indeed.com and Monster.com, did you enter your credit card information? No, right? That means you're not the thing that they're monetizing. They're monetizing the companies that post jobs. They charge them. So from a company perspective...
Audio pass-through isn't working? Really? It should be. Oh, maybe it's too low.
To post an ad about junior developers?
All right, let's try again.
If you're trying to get your first job in tech, you're probably looking for your job in the wrong way. Let's fix that. You've probably been going to a website like Indeed.com, Monster.com, and you're entering the search terms. You're not really finding many jobs, to be completely honest, and you're probably saying something along the lines of...
Is it working now?
Nobody's hiring. My first question to you is, when you went to Indeed.com or Monster.com, did you enter your credit card information in there? No, right? That means you're not the thing that they're monetizing. They're monetizing the companies that post jobs. They charge them for that. So from a company perspective, would you pay to post an ad about junior developers? No, you already know when you post that job listing, you're gonna get 10,000 applications without even trying. What these companies do is they do two things. First, they tell their developers like, hey, we're looking for a junior developer. Do you know anybody? And of course, referrals and networks that come in. The second thing they do is they post the job on their company career website. They don't want to pay to advertise this. So if you're not going to the company pages and actually checking their career pages, you're literally missing out on all the possible opportunities. When you think of tech jobs, don't just think tech companies. Insurance companies hire developers. Local mom and pop shops hire developers. Check out the local banks, the credit unions. They all hire devs and they're all in your area. Look for those opportunities. Check out that career page. And remember, you absolutely got this. If you're trying to get your...
That's some solid advice, I would say. The local area thing is very difficult, in my opinion, but it could also help you stand out, right? It really just depends on your location, from my understanding. But yeah, that's a pretty solid advice. I don't really have much to add to it. Like, I think it's pretty straightforward in terms of the fact that, yeah, you don't want to go through some of these specific portals, because if you could just kind of apply for free in that sense, then you might as well try it that way. Yeah, it's pretty good advice. I want to be like top 5 worst advice that developers have given on Twitter. That would be hilarious. All right, I'm curious about this. What is this?
A JavaScript. Trying to get better with JavaScript? Here are 5 projects at a beginner level that you can use to level up your JavaScript. Number 1, a JavaScript tip calculator. You're gonna have to use a lot of functions. You're gonna have to figure out how to calculate the build total, how to calculate the tip by percentage, maybe even splitting it between other people. Interesting little project. Project number 2, everybody...
I talked about that project too, by the way. I definitely add that as one of my projects, like a calculator app of some sort to just get you used to how DOM manipulation works and how you can use JavaScript to make those changes and all of those things.
Everybody's favorite, a to-do app. Great project to go off of. You can use local storage instead of learning how to use a database right now, and you can add to-do items, delete to-do items, and edit to-do items. Project number 3, a quiz application. Definitely one of my favorites because you can customize the questions, you can customize the answers, you can keep score, make a scoreboard, lots of fun stuff you can do.
So this quiz application is pretty similar to a blog application. You're just changing the models around a little bit with this characteristics or types, and then you can add that the score option as like another model, and then just build those relationships that way. So, yep, that's number 3.
Project number 4, a weather app. I think everybody is familiar with weather applications, especially when they first coming into development, but it's a great project and you learn about how to use APIs in a great way.
Yep, I agree with that too, and I've actually shared that before as well. The problem with just doing a calculator app and a blog app without a true backend API is that you're only doing it in the scope of a front end, and in some ways you need to figure out what the heck is an API, how does the backend work, and if it's hard for you to make that transition from front end to do that back end, I think that middle ground is using some public API to leverage, and then you use the front end skills that you've developed to leverage that API, and then eventually you're going to want to build your own API. So I think that's a pretty good project.
Project number 5. If some of those projects seem very difficult to you, here's one you can absolutely do. Start off making a random RGB generator. With about 20 lines of JavaScript, you have a fully functioning RGB generator. If you need help with a couple of these projects, I've got them on my YouTube channel. Check it out.
Yeah, the RGB one it's fine. It's one of those projects you're never gonna really share on your portfolio, but it's one of those things where you just level up your JavaScript skills. To Danny's point there, so you could do an RGB calculator. You can do, I don't know, like rock paper scissors, something really simple. I'm not a huge fan of RGB because I never know the colors of the RGB very well, so it kind of defeats the purpose from that point of view. I think one course that could be actually pretty good is 50 Brad Traverse's 50 projects or whatever. I don't know if people have seen this one, but if you're really kind of lacking in your JavaScript skills, or you feel like some parts are missing, definitely try this out, because I think there's a lot of cool stuff in here. And some of the projects that Danny is mentioning is actually kind of defined here. So highly recommend this course if I mean, I'm not even getting affiliates or anything. It's like legit. Like, if I'm just saying, try it out. I think this would be cool. It'll get your brain rolling a little bit versus just what do I do? Like, what kind of ideas do I have? Blah 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 blah. So yeah, this is a really good one. I think he did it with someone else. Yeah, Floor and Pop. So that would be one. This is kind of fun, actually, just listening to.
You don't suck. Whoa, 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 whoa! Sorry to stop you scrolling. I have to tell you this. No, you don't suck. It's difficult and you may be doubting yourself, but it's part of the process. You absolutely got this. Keep scrolling. Whoa, whoa!
That's a good one. It's this developer journey is not easy. So please understand that everyone goes through the same struggles, especially the career changers and all of those people. It's not easy. It's not easy. So don't feel like you suck. Don't feel like you can't do it. It takes time. Give yourself time to do this, to kind of embrace the grind here, and eventually you will get to that position that you're looking for, right? So you got this. You know, I'm very disappointed in Danny because he listed out a bunch of people, accounts you should be following, and he didn't include me. Such shame. So much disappointment. All right, let's see. Comprehension. Yes.
Comprehension matters way more than completion. I'd rather you take the time necessary to actually comprehend the things that you're learning instead of just rushing through a course to complete it to get some arbitrary certificate of course completion. Remember, no hiring manager is hiring you for some arbitrary certificate. They are hiring you for the knowledge that you're gaining along that process that you can implement in the company. Comprehension matters more than completion.
I say this all the time too. You know what's really screwed up about traditional education? It kind of forces you to do well in terms of a letter grade, right? And when you force people to study for a test just to get a good grade that will lead you to getting into a good college and all of that stuff, people value just completing things than actually comprehending and understanding things. That's kind of what happened to me more or less in high school and college, right? I was really a good test taker, but my level of comprehension was very low, relatively speaking, because I didn't take the time to understand. Everything was so rushed that you just didn't have time to really be very intimate with the type of information that you're learning, right? It goes in one year, I do the test really well, it goes out the other. Goes in 1 year. That's why I don't really even understand the idea of high school kids taking so many AP classes. It just feels like they're just cramming a bunch of information that they'll never use again for the rest of their lives, which is kind of unfortunate. That's the difference between coding. Who cares if you finish a project, in a sense that, did you just finish it because you copied someone else's tutorial, right? The best way to become a good developer is to do it on your own and fail a lot, figure out why, and then start debugging as you see fit, right? You can't just rely on someone else holding your hand the whole time, because at the end of the day, you're going to be assigned the project, you're going to have to do it on your own, and there's not going to be a tutorial out there that is doing exactly what you need to solve. Yes, there may be some errors and mistakes that are similar, but there's no way that you're going to find a Stack Overflow question or some kind of like some magic cheat sheet that's going to tell you exactly what you need to do. And that's the reality. So comprehension over completion, super important. Would you suggest building out an API then combining it with something like Firebase? That seems like overkill. If you're going to be building an API, assume that the API is already built using Node with Mongo or Rails with Postgres or something like that. I can't. From my understanding, you probably just want to do one or the other. Yeah, Brian, you got this. You did. And Elpin, let's go. It's crazy to see the amount of people moving from lucrative careers to web dev. Not always. But it also shows you that, life isn't all about money either. Yeah, I do know some finance people that have kind of left their careers just to pursue coding, which I thought was kind of interesting. But what's with all these people going to hire.com doing my... Hopefully you guys get it. It's really hard to get into apparently, so good luck. All right, if you guys are having fun like I am, definitely hit that like on the video. Maybe it'll reach out to more people and we can kind of watch more other people rant about stuff in tech. Who else should we search? That's the real question. Any suggestions? Should we look at Brian Tran? Let's see what he's been up to. What? I swear I'm following Brian. Oh, it's probably because his name is Is it weird that I'm looking at Brian's profile while Brian's watching me looking at his profile? All right, so this was back in August 2nd, 2021. Wow, has it been that long already, Brian? Dang, you've been working for... Wow, that's a long time, bro. You're hitting almost a year. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's crazy. All right, so what did you do? Can you guys see this? All right. Nope. What do you mean nope? Oh, the weird part. Okay. So jobs applied to before graduation. 45. Okay. Jobs applied to after graduation. 11. Okay. Jobs 56. Okay. Total. And then rejection, no reply 26. So how do I know which one? How do I know which one were job? Oh, I see. Interesting. Wait, does the no reply include both the jobs applied to after and before? I'll assume that it is. So rejection with no reply 26 and then 20. Okay, so that wow. See, this is why you have to do a lot of applying, everyone. Like majority of Brian's applications were rejected, right? But as long as you get those 10 to go through, that is the most important part. So you got 4 rounds, final 2. Oh wow! So you went up to the 4th round and final 2. See, and then out of those 10, you got 2. So it's just like going through the gauntlet, right? You're going through the gauntlet down. You went, and of those 2, you got 1 offer. And like I'm only laughing because that's kind of like you just need that one yes. Like I know people keep saying that, but it's so true. This is the one that makes the difference right here, right? Like 3, 2. But I'm sure these rounds, first round, second round, third rounds, have helped him in these fourth rounds and the final rounds. 4 rounds is insane, by the way, for a junior role. But the fact that he went through this, he went through this, to eventually get to this. Let's think about that. Like 56 is actually not that many applications. I'm sure he did it in a way that was more intentional and curated, but still not a lot of that was it's still relatively low, and in the end he's but at the same time he got one, so it's the one that matters. See, you get recruiters emailing you every week. See, that's the dream right there. I don't even know what I'm looking at. What am I looking at? See, this is how you know that Brian is enjoying his life as a software engineer now. Like back in the day, his tweets would always be about coding and coding related stuff. Now he's just taking pictures of boats, you know. He's like, "Hey, this is my boat here. This is also my boat here. This is also my boat here. Yeah, I'm just enjoying my life as a developer with my boats, you know, like, and food." See, back then he would only make content related to coding, but now you know this is the life of a developer with a job, sharing his life experiences. Good job, Brian. I'm proud of you. Killing it. I bet you can. Oh well, actually I don't know. I was gonna say I bet you his GitHub is really doesn't have a lot of green, but if his job uses GitHub, then it might show up. So, knew it. This guy does he even work? Is he a real coder? Look at him. See, look at that activity back in the day. You know, when he was working hard like a true early engineer, and now he doesn't even code, bro. Look at him. And look at Brian. Everyone give Brian a follow. Definitely give him a follow here. Oh shoot, I'm on Twitch. He's doing some code. No, thank you, not today. This is closed. All right. Who else should we look at? Actually, is anyone on Twitter Spaces? Maybe they are. Maybe I'll do that instead. Yeah, not a lot of people are out right now. Maybe everyone's just enjoying their 3-day weekend, you know? Sorry, maybe I should put on some music, huh? After that whole little thing we did. Yeah, maybe I will. Still haven't decided yet, but I think this is probably a good time to close out on the stream. A lot of people joined. Not really, but you know what? That's fine. It makes sense. I haven't made content in a while. It is. Yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, I'm curious, would you recommend Springboard now? You should you should share that experience. I'm curious. I have no clue. That's true, man. Coding bootcamps change so much. It's just hard to really recommend it all the time. Like recommend it in a black and white perspective. But yeah. Anyways, everyone, I will see you later. Fun streaming. Is it the comeback stream? I don't know. But really, really stay tuned, because you just never know what kind of content might come up. Maybe, you know, we'll get into more of the crypto stuff and just like all this crazy stuff that's happening there if y'all are interested. Maybe I'll do more front end stuff. Who knows? Like right now, we're just having fun and gonna be just really enjoying this 3-day weekend. But other than that, everyone, it was so good chatting with y'all. Have a good 4th of July. And maybe see you on Twitter Spaces later tonight. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But this was super fun.